Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Up next at MCC Theater is the new play Yen by Anna Jordan, directed by Trip Cullman. It will begin performances on January 12th at the Lucille Lortel Theater. And we drop by the rehearsal room to meet the company led by the breakout star for the new film Manchester by the Sea, Lucas Hedges. So here we are. You continue the 2016-2017 season with Yen. Tell me.
It's been awesome, hasn't it? Yeah. No, we're really excited to get started on this play. I mean, this play, I think, is really an electrifying piece of work. It's so visceral and intense and funny and moving, and it just goes to a really dark, electrifying, but I think really satisfying place. It's going to be quite a ride for the audience.
Everyone's been talking about this incredible play. I've been reading synopsis about it. How excited are you?
Very excited. It's really surreal, actually, to have kind of come this far with it from such really humble beginnings. It really still hasn't sunk in. As I walk the streets of New York thinking I'm here to rehearse, I'm here because one of my plays is on. It's just incredible, yeah.
The first time you read the play, why you wanted to direct it?
Because I thought it was so truthful. It was so revealing about human nature, and because it had incredible parts for actors, and because I knew immediately I could see it in my mind's eye, and I knew I wanted to do it. Yeah.
You've assembled this incredible cast. I mean, talk about your cast already from your perspective.
Well, I mean, I wasn't able to be here in person for the auditions, but I was able to Skype in, which was really exciting in itself. I've just been learning about, kind of doing my research and watching the things that, Lucas and Justice have been doing in particular. And it's so incredibly exciting. It seems that we've got these young actors really at the beginning. They're at the beginnings of their career, and very exciting.
My mom is a dancer, and so we grew up dancing on stage. And when I went into the audition, it kind of felt that the same. It was you're giving off of their energy, and they were so warm. Trip was amazing. It was so cool to work with him. But I couldn't believe it, and I really was drawn to the script and the role, and so it just felt right. And so I'm so excited. I can't wait to be on stage.
Okay, without giving anything away, what can you tell us about who you play?
So I played Jennifer, who is a very caring and sweet and open character in the beginning, and so she comes into Hench and Bobby's lives initially going to save a dog, but she becomes immersed in their world and drawn to them, and a tragedy happens, and then after being so open, she becomes closed. So you'll have to come to the show, though, to see what that tragedy is.
I've always loved theater, and I started out in theater, like in school and stuff, so it's kind of cool to be doing it professionally for the first time, especially because I just came off of a TV show, which is like a whole different medium in the world, and already being in this world of theater, like just this for this long, has made me like fall in love with acting again and fall in love with the art of it again. Yeah.
Let's ask you, what's it been like being in the rehearsal room, and what was that first read-through like for you with this cast?
Mind-blowing, because they're all so incredibly talented. I remember going home and being like, I have to step it up. Like I have to like, I don't know how I'm going to keep up with these guys because they're so incredible. And then Trip is also really incredible, and the writing is incredible, and I don't have any other adjectives because it really is incredible. But yeah, so I'm just excited to put it on his feet finally and get to blocking and all that good stuff.
Okay, so who do you play, and what can you tell us about the play without giving too much away?
Okay, I play Bobby. He's the brother of Hench, played by Lucas, and he's this 13-year-old, very rowdy kid who commits petty theft and wears his emotions on his sleeve and is very vulgar about sex and about women and stuff like that. And the play is just essentially about what it means to be a young boy growing up without any sort of guidance, and how masculinity can go haywire without any, shape around it, Yeah, I think that's not giving anything away, right? It's very complex and there's a lot of layers to it, and we were trying to figure out how to like put it in a couple words. But yeah, right? That's good, right?
This play is so special, and it's directed by Trip Cullman, who's one of my oldest, dearest friends. We did Ducks. He's got 11 years ago. And this is such a special play. This is an unbelievable group of young actors, and I'm just so happy to be here.
So what can you tell us about who you play?
I play Maggie, who is the mother to Bobby and Hench, is played by Lucas Hedges and Justice Smith. I still cannot believe that those two are my sons. And she is really sort of tragic and heartbreaking, and I already love her so much. She really struggles. She's had a tough life. She's a diabetic, she's an alcoholic, she has trouble caring for herself and them, and makes a lot of really tough parenting moves, and yet at the end of the day she is full of love. And I think this play really looks at who we are at our essence, and then how we are shaped by our environment and our circumstances, and how that can really take a toll, and yet how resilient we can keep trying to be.
First of all, stage debut.
I know, yeah.
How do you feel?
Well, I just did a year actually at an acting conservatory in North Carolina, and I'm taking a year off from school, so to be working in New York, in the city that I'm from, at arguably, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful theaters in the city, is really a dream. It's kind of a miracle, actually. Yeah.
Tell me, when you first got the play, when you read it, what went through your mind and why you wanted to do it?
Oof. Yeah, well, I think one thing that I love most about storytelling is just this idea that you can enter into a space and just almost disappear into the world of the story. And I remember that from a very young age, I've seen films and pieces of theater and just gone in and completely forgotten about my life. And that was my experience with this story. It took me away to a world that was scary and terrifying and filled with fear, but at the same time, it was irresistible. Yeah.
And who do you play? What can you tell us without giving anything away?
So I play a young 16-year-old boy from Feltham, England, and Feltham is probably Justice and I took a trip, me and the kid who plays my brother took a trip to London, and all the kids describe it there as cloudy, and it's kind of like, it's not the nicest area. And we're essentially abandoned by both of our parents, and we're half brothers, but we spend a lot of time watching pornography and playing video games. That's what I'll say.
What are you looking forward to the most with being on stage here in New York and Yen?
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to just having a communion with 200 or 50, I don't know the exact amount, every single night, and coming together and sharing a story and becoming present with people I've never met in my life, and that's just what a blessing.